sky, and kings shall deceive. We have come into the night, thunder and rage and war a night. We have come into the night, thunder and rage and war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. The sounds of arms, fierce morality. Nightfall, the rain, and the silence leads. We have come into the night, thunder, rage, and war a night. We have come into the night, thunder, rage, and war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Shield wall. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Valhalla Esports quarterfinal games. Tonight we're going to be streaming Goat Kings versus Velocity Gaming. I'm joined by the Golden Pharaoh. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, buddy, and since Malco can't be here for this cast, he talked about this random twin of his called Falco. I guess I'll assume that identity today.
Yes, you shall be the Falco today. Quick look at the bracket for quarterfinals. This is the last game we have to stream. So we saw Titan Gaming Box take out Ultralords, Rolling Stoners took down Night Raid Owls, and Titan's Wrath took down Big Wheel. So tonight we'll see the final team go into the semis between Goat Kings and Velocity Gaming. Here's the matchup between the teams. We had a couple of lane swaps for Velocity. We sent Wheel Poco up to the top lane, Excellence into the mid lane, and then we have Lethal Lime bottom, along with Too Good for Lima supporting him. Just kept casual plebs in his role. Goat Kings went back to their kind of standard setup, where they have Smoothie top lane, Deity jungling, Goat King Reaper in that mid lane, and Malco and Beard down in the bot lane. How you feeling about the matchup?
I'm excited. I'm just a little confused as to why we sent Poco top lane when we know this man can carry on that Ashe or any other ADC, really.
Yeah, maybe they were worried about the matchup, thinking maybe Smoothie would punish Too Good for Lima, but they decided to go with that swap, and we'll just have to see how it works out for him.
All right.
And we will get ready as we jump into the draft for game number 1. Looking like we got Goat Kings on the blue side, Velocity Gaming on the red side. You want to run through this draft for me?
Sure. So we see the Seraphine taken away from Beard, understandable. Or no, actually, he took it away from Too Good for Lima. So got the Ashe got Nautilus, Zach, so a really good beefy front line. What worries me about Velocity's comp is the heavy magic damage profile. If this Ashe does not get steamrolling, they realistically have no sources of AD, and I mean, Jarvan can easily build a Maw of Malmortius, which is really, like, it is a really strong item right now. Then also you got the Zyra, the Ezreal, so Ezreal's going to be safe. It's going to be a lot of poke in that bot lane, and knowing Beard's on that Zyra, he's going to make Nautilus's life probably a living hell by setting up plants as Nautilus looks for that Q engage. Vex is, to me, a little bit interesting just because, yes, you've got the dash in from Zac and the Q from Nautilus, but realistically, that's about it. And especially if you're going to go in the middle of that team with a Syndra being there who can just blow you up late game, it's always going to be a worry.
For sure, for sure. I like the call out from Lethal in the chat. Says if they win this week, he's going to go to the jungle, so he can hit all the roles for the season. Vantage, yes, that is indeed Pharaoh casting with me. But yeah, I agree. Beer's been liking that Zyra. Got a nice safe lane down there, Zyra Ezreal. Kind of two dive buddies in the Vex and Jarvan, and then Orin just to help out with scaling. Though the Gwen, if she can get ahead, can punish that Orin pretty well.
I was about to say, Gwen is a really good counter to Orin just because of the obscene amount of true damage she does.
Yep, a ton of true damage. You can punish her early if you get a jungle gank. And if you get ahead on the Orin, you'll stay ahead for a while until you get to late game. But definitely one where I think Velocity will want to get a lead and maintain that lead. They've got a lot of engage and a lot of bursts coming out with that Syndra. So I think they can take control early. They'll be looking pretty good this game. Goat Kings want to get to that more late game stage.
Yes, sir. But with that being said, I'm ready when you are.
Yeah, we'll roll it into game number 1.
Alright, let's see if I can take on this Falco personality. Probably not going to be as good as Malco, but we'll see.
You got it, I believe. And then I will swap over the things for you so that it looks better. There we go. Alright, looking like Goat Kings are sticking together at the start. Might be thinking they're gonna get invaded or just want to go for an invade with the Nautilus hook.
Oh no, that's Velocity. Poco, wait. Okay, Poco's on the
yeah,
win.
that is Velocity. You're right.
Oh, we get the flash out of Horn right away, so if I'm Zac, we just clear topside and look to gank the Ornn.
Effective early play, didn't get a kill but burned the summoner. And now they're running back to defend the rest of the jungle. No movement from the bot side for Goat King, so no vision in the enemy jungler for them.
Also, it's good to note, I think this is the first time I've seen Smoothie on a true tank. I mean, I've seen him play the AP tank-ish Volibear, I've seen him play the Olaf. I think this is the first time I've ever seen him play like a true tank, but then again, Ornn's an assassin cosplaying as a tank. Changed my mind.
Right. Ornn, yeah, you can definitely do that damage, but more looking to help your team scale and just be a CC bot. Also, Deity on the Jarvan. I'm more used to seeing him on like a Kayn.
Assassin picks. Kayn was banned.
So, a little bit of different picks from them too, but we'll see how they play out for him.
Okay, so Jarvan is starting because he's wanting to strong side that bot lane. More than likely, he's going to be looking to full clear bot to top, or top to bot in his case. Whereas I'm intrigued to see if Casual Plebs does gank for the Ornn. Right now, it's just going to be a poke fest throughout the lanes.
And shout out to Lethal also for dropping his Prime subscription for us when we were starting the stream. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. And we'll give you love for 30 days at least.
I think Zac is looking to do that 3-camp gank top lane, but problem is Ornn is in the middle of the lane. Minions are probably going to be pushing towards Gwen's favor, so That gank might not work out, but keep our eyes on the top lane. See momentarily.
Yeah, no vision for him yet, so this could be a good gank.
Okay, Zach goes in with the slingshot. Ornn is looking like he is going to be one dead. Ornn, one more snip, and Gwen gets the first blood.
Very nicely played by them. Did burn the ghost on Gwen, but picks up the first blood. Very worth it.
True, but Ghost is a minute and a half lower of a cooldown than Flash, so he'll probably have his Ghost back up. And Syndra goes in with a Scatter the Weak, stuns up the Vex. Ornn TP back to the top lane, and Zach is looking for another gank on this Vex, and he gets the flash out of Vex, but then Vex walks back in. Okay. Never mind, we're just gonna shake hands and walk out of the lane.
Yep, a good flash to avoid the knockup, but if Syndra had the stun ready, it could have been a lot more damage there from Excellence after the Q landed. Here we see Jarvan coming to the bot lane.
Ooh, good flash out of Lethal Line, but Jarvan goes in with the flag and drag. Flash is in. Lethal's almost dead, and they get to walk out. Summoner's blown, flash on the Jarvan, ignite on the Zyra. No deaths here, but we're gonna blow both flashes off of, or both Flash and Ghost on Lethal. He is staying with lower HP, so this could just be an easy repeat gank, as they do not have vision in the bot lane.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they can find it. I know Lethal a lot of times was playing this Nautilus as the support, and would get a lot of the kills. As I like to say, Nautilus would get his, so we'll see if Too Good for Lima can keep up that trend or not.
Right now, it's gonna be a slower map state. Everybody's just, we got the first blood, which is great. Zach needs to be looking for another mid lane engage. Ornn is about to have his flash up, so, and he is overextended, but we've got Jarvan mirroring. This is looking like it's gonna be a top lane dive. Jarvan is taking the Krugs for now.
Yeah, it's one where they could dive, but you don't have a ton of Ornn or a ton of damage out of the Ornn right now, so it might have been a scary one to go for. Would have been mainly on the Jarvan to burst out the Gwen.
So we see that Malco and Beard both got a back timer, and keep wanting to say Poco, but it's Lethal and Too Good for Lima are trying to get their back timer now. They managed to push that wave in. Malco doesn't look like he's going to lose a lot of farm down there in the bot lane. Maybe just a few minions to the turret. But he should be able to catch that because they had a better back timing. Zach is looking a little bit low in the jungle right now, but he is also invading. That's what worries me.
Still got his passive, so he feels safe. But if you got
so they're looking. They're looking. Oh, I think you just telegraphed that, sir. Yeah, Zach's still level 4, so he doesn't have that much range on his slingshot. Oh, they're looking for a jump here on Deity. They get Deity with the dredge line. He is looking like he's about to go down, gets stunned by Scatter the Weak. Too Good for Lima takes the kill.
Hey, Nautilus gets his, but the Ashe is getting jumped on.
But right now, Ashe is gonna get to walk it out.
But good patience there. Didn't find
another turret shot.
They weren't able to find Reaper in that mid lane, but they were able to eventually get Deity when he came for the birds. So now Poco finally finding that pink ward. Will take it out, and is down a little bit. CS actually, while it is pushing in the Ornn, so has the kill, but isn't farming as well as you'd want to on the Gwen currently.
I was about to say, Ornn is up an entire cannon minion's worth, like cannon minion wave.
Yeah, so you'd think it'd at least be even, if not going ahead with the kill, but definitely Smoothie doing a good job farming up in that lane. Now it is
we're gonna
pushing
see,
towards Gwen, so maybe it'll even out a little bit.
We're gonna see a tempo dragon, like that is a very early dragon tempo play here. Because Zach right now just finished his red buff. Rift Herald isn't spawning for another 40 seconds. That's going to be a free Mountain Drake, and that's going to help their team out a lot between the Ornn. Even if it's just one Mountain Drake, that's still, I think, what is it, 3% armor and MR, or is it 6%? I think it's 6%.
Let me check. 8% now.
8%. Okay, even more.
Yeah,
So
a
I
lot
mean,
of value off of one dragon, really. That'll be great for Ornn and Jarvan at the very least, as well as any little bit of armor you get on the carries. That'll help out a lot.
okay, so right now, Poco going in, and he doesn't have the damage really right now. Compared to Ornn, just Smoothie's got that Negatron cloak. He's just gonna be sitting happy. We're seeing a ward fight here. Top lane, as always.
Now,
We're
Zach
looking. Oh, the Zeki is just a little short, but Jarvan's also aware of what's going on, so we see Call of the Forge God comes out, knocks up the Zac, but there's the flag and drag going in. Jarvan, everybody's just out. Too many dashes. Welcome to Riot's newest champions.
Yeah, Zach's only able to jump one screen away, but able to get out of that gank.
I think the Call of the Forge God came out too early. Like, if it had come out while Jarvan was in there, oh, but we see an engage. Zac has to drop his ult. He is gonna get his passive popped, and he is probably gonna go down here trying to farm his Krugs. Little rock monsters are not yours, and that Ash arrow just went through the goalpost, sir.
Oh, was trying to get it there to help out the Zac. Showed up a little bit late, but well played on the side of the Goat Kings. Gave the kill over to Reaper in the mid lane. The best place to get that gold in that circumstance. So a good little pickup in the enemy jungle there, and now they're starting up that Rift Herald.
So right now, blue side is up tempo, and we see an engage from Vex. She gets the fear off on Syndra. Syndra's half health. Red buff is ticking. There's another Q. I think Syndra just gets to walk it out here. Oh, Vex with the flash, and barely falls short. There's the sun. And, ooh, the ult comes short, but Excellent still gets the kill.
Yeah, I'm not quite enough versed yet on the Vex to then take out the Syndra, and Zac there to save his mid laner and give a kill over to Excellence.
Syndra is such a lane bully now, especially after her little mini rework that they gave. I'm surprised that not a lot of people play her, because like her Q being able to have charges now, once she gets what I say basically is like Victor's passive, she has that now.
Yeah,
with AP, like she needs to get 120 splinters. So she gets 2 charges on her Q. She gets increased true damage on her W, which that one was the one that was confusing to me. Why we gave Syndra true damage? Not only does it slow, but the balls that she drops also hits true damage. I think at one point it's like 22, 24%, something like that. I forget what besides like the wider range of what Scatter the Weak gets. And then her ult becomes an execute once they're 15% or lower on the health.
Right. Yeah, she got a lot of buffs when she hits that stacking now, because Riot wants to make every champion a stacker at this point.
The thing is, her stacking is a little bit... Oh, we see... Hold on, Scatter the Weak. She gets pulled in. Cataclysm comes out. Vex goes in. We don't have passive, and Zac is dead, so... Well played to the blue side. Just fights all over the map.
Looked like it could have been a hairy situation, but just that Jarvan damage doing so much, getting the double kill over for the Goat Kings. And now dropping that Rift Herald mid should pick up at least 2 plates.
I feel like that's kind of an early Rift Herald. I mean,
it's not bad. You just got the kill, you know it'll charge. You got 3 plates on your jungler, or 1.5 plates on your jungle and mid. It's not a bad tempo play. You get a lot of items out of that.
That is true. Alright, and it is a vision fight again. Zyra has to flash the dredge line.
Looking like Velocity's looking for that dragon once it spawns.
Oh, and Zac comes in with a slingshot. Gets knocked up. He actually hits the ward to get the pull. I did not know you could do that, but we see the ult come in. Ezreal is safe and gets out, but good to know.
Yeah, nice gank there from Casual, picking up that support kill, and now they're starting up that dragon right away. Looks like we have Vex roaming over for the Goat King, so let's see if they fight this 3v4.
The one thing I will say, I haven't really seen Poco use his teleport, and I get that he has it to match the Horn TP, but at the way he's been playing the lane, he wants to be the aggressor. He wants to take on, I would say, just take a combat summoner at that point, or maybe even the TP Ignite.
Nice flash engage there from Deity, actually getting the kill onto the 2 bot laners from Velocity. So they lose the dragon, but pick up 2 kills in the aftermath.
However, the Drake that they did pick up, the Hextech Drake, is going to help out Gwen and the Ashe tremendously, giving that attack speed.
Yeah, for sure. I don't mind kind of saving your TP for the Gwen and being a little greedy with it early. You're more wanting to scale up and become that late game champ, whereas Ornn wants to help out the team more. So you probably could have used it because it would have been off CD at this point, but you don't really know that till you get to this point in the game. So I don't think it's terrible. He hasn't used it yet.
Well, that also, if anything, TP Ignite on Gwen is what's commonly used.
Yeah, Ghost isn't bad either, because in the late game, if you're going to stick on people and auto them, you do a ton of damage anyways, so I can see it either way. Now, using up that TP, getting back to lane, keeping up this farming. So, the dragon down, it's not a bad time to TP. You know, you won't need to be on the bot side for at least 3:30. And looking for some tower pressure now that the plates have fallen for the Gwen.
There are so many abilities in this game now, it is hard to memorize their names anymore.
Yeah, I agree. Generally I know what key they're on, and sometimes I know the name.
Yeah.
But looking across, we've got about a 20 CS lead for Ashe in the bot lane. A 40 CS lead actually in that mid lane for the Syndra, doing really well in the farm, just down 1 kill. And then jungle's 10 up for Deity, and top is 10 up for Wheel Poker. So overall even across the board when all the plates and kills are said and done.
That comes in with the slingshot, the red line, the enchanted crystal arrow, and that is 1 dead Zyra.
Yeah, Zyra got CC'd to the
Call of
grave.
the Forge God comes in, knocks up all 3. Jarvan on the Ashe, Ashe is dead. Looking for the Zac.
Here we need.
Come in with the Vex ult, and passive is going to get procced, and that is going to be another kill over to the Goat Kings. And Malco gets to take that kill. 3-0-2 on that Ezreal so far.
A nice collapse, 5v3 in that bot lane for the Goat Kings. The mid and top for Velocity need to push hard. Bot lane going down first, but looks like Syndra should answer with mid tower, and Gwen needs to be getting some damage down this top tower.
You see
Looks like she
mid
should
lane
pick
turret
it up
going
as well.
down.
So, not a
Gwen
terrible
makes the E
trade.
here, yep.
Not terrible trade overall. 2 towers for 1, despite the 3 deaths. Ends up giving Goat Kings about a 600 gold lead overall.
Ezreal is already... Oh, he stops Syndra. And Syndra's stuck against the wall. He could have knocked her up for a little bit more damage and just be a nuisance, but
Still a
let
good,
it slide for now.
good delay. Now with Velocity trying to reset, we'll see if Goat Kings try to pick up the second Herald and use it to drop more towers. And Syndra TPing back to that mid lane.
Or needs a turret shot, but Vex is up here. Gotta be careful. Zac already passives on his head. Enchanted
almost.
Crystal Arrow goes wide. Vex gets the E, gets the flash. Zac jumps in with slingshot. Misses the knockup, gets the ult. They are going to focus down this Vex, but Poco's low on mana.
Ooh.
Shut down goes to Poco. Poco still got that ult. Going in on the Ornn.
Yeah, that
He's
Gwen
still
ult
got that
does
ghost.
a lot of damage.
And Jarvan comes in with the Cataclysm. Scatter the Weak, stuns up the Jarvan. Zyra roots the Poco, but Poco is still going. Malco has to burn heal. There comes the... I forget Nautilus' ult, but whatever. Another Scatter the Weak.
Really well collapsed on there by Velocity. Looking like he could have been a pinch from either side. Velocity getting there first and picking up 4 kills and turning to this Rift Herald number 2. Getting a big swing in this game. After they get this Herald, they could actually rush down to start up that Infernal Dragon, which will be the soul for this game. Good job, Lima, picking up that eye so it isn't left behind. My E was up 0.5 before that death there. Well, unfortunately, Malco, when a Nautilus is on you, sometimes it doesn't matter what abilities you have up, you're just CC'd till you die. And Deity actually getting through the dragon first, but Velocity is on the way to try and take it for themselves. Nice flash hook there.
Gwen, oh my god, Gwen gets knocked up by Flag and Drag. Jarvan looks like he's about to go down, and Excellence gets that kill. Victor comes out, Call of the Forge God. Oh my god, that damage from Gwen. Gwen's about to go down. Gwen's gonna die. Oh no, she's lifestealing. She's healing up from the Omni Vamp. Oh my god, she lives. Zac and Vex duking it out. Who wins this one? The Zac, apparently.
I think Gwen should have died there if Smoothie had just autoed
100%.
But didn't come through with all the CC, and Gwen is able to live there. Another huge fight, 4 for 0, once again for Velocity, and take down Dragon number 2. And now dropping this Rift Herald in the mid lane, looking for some more tower damage. Nautilus is kind of low, so they'll have to be careful overstaying here. They might
True
get
Shot
jumped
Barrage
on.
comes out. We about to see another fight, potentially. No, we're just gonna handshake, get the Rift Herald to crash, and say goodbye. Flag and Drag comes out on casual plebs. He does not have Zac pass. Scatter the Weak comes in. Cataclysm goes in on.
That's Syndra damage.
Yeah, Syndra's starting to get her splinters. I mean, if you could, I don't know if you're. This is just the VOD, or if you can actually click to see what the Syndra's splinters at, because at 80.
Next time she's on screen, I can check her.
She should be with the 3 kills, 2 assists, and level 12. She probably has 2, if not 3 of her abilities leveled up already.
She's at 84.
84. 85 is the big number, if I remember correctly. Because that's when you get your 3 main abilities, like the Splinters. Ornn gets the shutdown on the Zac. That is a huge shutdown. Scatter of the Weak does not come through. Zyra's root just holds everybody in place. That's one of the bounties down, which was on the Zac. Now we've got another 400, 350, and 150.
Oh.
Vex looking to go in. I'm not sure that's the person you want to go in on. And down goes the Vex.
Yeah, really unfortunate that... Hell yeah, that's my signature. Unfortunate for Vex that the ult hit the Nautilus and not either of the carries there. They were low enough they would have popped. But hit the Nautilus, got CC'd, and went down. What was your signature, Smoothie? Not killing someone when you could have?
Nah, TJ said, here comes Smoothie about to int it, and goes, hell yeah, that's my signature.
I see. Just casual flame from TJ. But Gwen picking up that bot tower in the meantime. And actually, kind of scary for the side of Goat Kings, because they had had that second fight where Velocity was already kind of low and hadn't bot yet, and they still ended up going 2 for 1. So, a little bit of worry for this game. They're going to need some clean team fights to try to get back into this one. Now, Ashe grabbing that red buff, the best ADC to grab red buff, so then you can just heal up a little bit, since you already slow people. TJ is my boy love. He is a goober. And looking like Velocity might be setting up Vision around this Baron, so they might be looking for that or looking for a pick around it.
Right now, the big thing is all that standing gold in shutdowns. If Goat Kings can start collecting that. So, for example, we see right now, looks like Poco's gonna get caught out. No, he just ghosts and dashes around. There comes Enchanted Crystal Arrow going very wide.
I feel like that could have been a potential pick if we went with the Jarvanar. Gwen could have, doesn't have flash and it just dashed, so maybe you can pick up her up there, but she does do a lot of damage.
And there goes that Syndra damage, Scatter the Weak into Unleash Power. down goes Deity, or sorry, Reaper.
Yep. Once Syndra's up ahead in this matchup, she gets a stun. She can blow people up like that. A little ridiculous. And now Deity looking for revenge, but will back it up as he's spotted on that ward.
At this point, the last time we looked over it was 84. If I remember correctly, every level up gives Syndra 5 points. So, except for level 1, it gives her 5 of those splinters anytime she levels up an ability. Right. And I think that, the magic number is 100. 120, I forget what Syndra gets. But I know at 120. Yeah, 120 is the maximum. I think at 120 it refunds mana, something like that. But 100 is when she gets that 15% execute. Like if they're below 15% health, execute damage on her ultimate.
Gotcha. Well, she's very close. She was at 95 when I checked. Oh, but a good catch there on Too Good for Lima. Take him down before the dragon. Now I have a 5v4. I might be able to just grab this unless the Velocity Gaming wants to fight the 4v5. Definitely a dragon that's fine to give right now since you're already stacking in ahead. Don't need to take the risky fight and give away shutdowns. We'll see if they opt in for it though. If they get that Ash Arrow.
Down goes, and Syndra's been feared. She's gone. She's in the middle of the team. Lethal Lime is dead. Gwen is still looking to hit, and her and Casual Plebs are still going in, and the multi-man fear into the Flag and Drag, and down goes the shutdown. There's those 4 shutdowns we were just talking about collected, and all of a sudden that gold swing brings them into less than 3k.
Yeah, they good smite there from Casual, picking up the dragon, putting him on soul point, but they did just lose those 3 shutdowns, and immediate Baron start from the side of Goat Kings trying to rush this down. Only Nautilus on the field to try to dissuade them. We'll see what Too Good for Lima can do.
I do not think that was worth it. At least if you're wanting that Drake so badly, just send in your jungler to steal it. There's no need to go down and the Crystal Arrow comes out. Jarvan is stunned. Scatter the Weak comes in. Excellence manages to flash away. Nautilus is looking. He gets killed. He gets feared. That Baron is going to go down to the side of blue team, but Reaper is looking.
So close.
Does he land the ult? He does, I believe, but he's not going to take it this time. No Lee Syndrome this time.
You'd go in there with 10 health.
Nah, you land it, you gotta go in.
Got to. It almost ended up being a good turn since they had the TP on the Syndra, but good positioning on the side of Goat Kings to avoid any of that Syndra damage, and picking up that Baron along with the Nautilus kill.
Shot Barrage comes out, going to clear some of the minions. Ezreal right now. I think Malco, so itemization wise, it's not bad that he went for that Cyrilda's, but they haven't really started stacking armor. I think he would have been better off finishing off his Mana Moon at least, if not going for, to help him with his wave clear, the Ravenous Hydra. But we see Zach coming in, flying in with that slingshot. Gets the knockup. Ornn is getting knocked up and bounced around in the bounce house. Manages to get the Call of the Forge God off, but he is one tanky SOB. We see Poco is still chasing down with that Ghost and that ult. He is so low. Gets the shutdown and another shutdown top side with Scatter the Weak into Unleash Power.
Excellence is feeling it on the Syndra right now. Yeah, good try there by Smoothie trying to run it away, but a lot of damage and a lot of slows and CC coming out on him. So now they've got a 5v3 across the map with the 2 solo laners going down. Should at least be able to pick up this mid tower that has like an inch of health left on it.
Question I have though is itemization wise on Deity. He has the Seeker's Arm Guard, which if you're looking for a defensive item, why not start building into Banshees? And we see the enchant of Crystal Arrow comes out. Deity is gonna get stunned up, locked up. Zyra ult comes out. Nautilus ult comes out. Malco just has to dash and flash away, and Zac grabs him, but barely gets out of there.
Oh, here comes Reaper taking out the Ashe with that ultimate. Now trying to run back under tower.
Oh, the Vex ult. He's going back in, and wow, that damage. And Nautilus is also gonna go down. Triple kill for the Vex.
Whew. Getting a nice cleanup there, and the resets on the ult. Excellence got to take out the tier 2 in the top lane in the meantime. I don't think you'd really generally go Banshees on Jarvan, so...
No, I wasn't talking about Jarvan, I was talking about the Vex.
Oh, for the Vex.
I keep saying Deity on accident, but Reaper. Yeah, so the Seeker's Arm Guard, especially because the overall damage profile is magic damage, I think you're better off with Banshees on the Vex if you're looking for a defensive option. But also, go ahead.
I think the idea for just the Zhonya's early is just, if he hits an R, he can jump in and fear everyone, and then Zhonya's and let the rest of the team follow up. Otherwise, an MR item would be more useful.
But then, where's the stopwatch?
It is one he could have picked up instead of the cooldown book. I agree with that, but I think that's his idea.
All the Forge God comes out, Jarvan goes in, and Scat of the Week comes out. God bless, there goes that Zyra with the ult Unleash Power. Vex comes back, diving in, fear on everybody. Ashe is trying to kite, Jarvan's on the Ashe. Vex comes back in, casual plebs, Ashe is dead. Oh, he lands another ult proc, he's not going to take it though, and that is going... No, he actually takes and dives under turret. I don't think that was a smart idea, sir. He dies and gives over the 600 gold shutdown. And Poco is now feeling it. He is running them down. And I think, honestly, Poco can kill. He just has to play this properly. Flag and Drag misses just because of the Gwen W. Gwen is looking here. Zanya has to buy some time. What is he going to do? He is probably going to go down. Oh, he almost gets the kill on Deity. But they walk away, they get that dragon.
I actually didn't know the interaction worked that way, where if the Flag and Drag, the end of it is outside the circle, you don't get knocked up. So, the more you know.
It happened with me when I was playing Yone once. I managed to get the ult, I was inside the Gwen W, but Gwen doesn't get moved out of the circle with Yone's pull. I end up under turret, unable to move for a split second, and die because of it.
The classic. I know Smoothie called out Reaper's big play when he got the triple kill in the bot lane, but I just saw it when he did the dive and died. So I like to imagine that was when he was saying it. But now the gold is still fairly even, just 1k in the lead for Velocity. They're still looking for that final dragon for the soul. Still got 4 minutes to wait on that, and Baron's spawning up in 30 seconds.
Zach comes in, douchebag mode, takes most of the chicken dinner for himself.
Zach says,
Nautilus
"This is my
with
jungle."
that fear. Nautilus. Oh, I see. Well, most of his resistances is armor, so that would explain why he just took a third of his health with one E and Q from the Vex.
Yeah, it's one where a lot of the builds are going more of just, this is what I build standardly, even though there's a lot of AP coming out.
End of the week goes in, Call of the Forge God, Cataclysm, that is one dead Nautilus.
What's
one
a lot
less
of
person
ults to use on Nautilus?
Oh, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes out, and keep your eyes on Poco. Poco's going in, Zanya's on the Vex. Vex fears,
Nice fear.
Poco is dead, and Beard gets killed by the Zac, who they get launched into the Baron Pit. That is one hell of a... Okay. Vex is looking to go back in, gets the fear on both of them, but Excellence manages to get that shut down.
Oh, so close. Thought he had the damage to burst him, but got bursted instead. And actually a very close fight. They're 3 for 2. And I wonder if they could have saved maybe the Ornhorn or just one of the other ults when they used a lot to kill the Nautilus when they had picked him out, and then didn't have as much for the subsequent fight.
This game is a bloodbath, and the gold is back up to almost a 2k lead now for Velocity.
This one's a banger. I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
He's getting his upgraded item, and interesting, the The build path makes sense. He went for the Spirit Visage second into the Spear of Shojin. From what I've heard, is if you have like low CDs, Spear of Shojin makes you a god, basically.
Yeah, actually he had Spear Sojin second. So
Oh, did he?
He's been sitting on that one. Just recently had finished the Spirit Visage.
So I mean,
yeah,
right
this is
now,
a replay advantage. This is the last quarterfinal game. No, I'm playing the game right now. Oh. A good
the four
flash
dot
to
comes out,
avoid
Scatter the
that.
Weak comes in, Unleash Power, not enough damage. The Zyra's getting locked up, knocked up. Welcome to the bounce house. Zac jumps in. Orna's getting still very tanky. I don't think they get anything else from here after all that was used. But the re-engage Scatter the Weak again. The stun comes out. Deity is dead. Poco's still running in, rushing down Smoothie. Here comes the Zac on Malco. Malco barely gets to walk away.
Vexalt barely missing the Gwen there. Could have been a kill. And the dragon is now spawning in a minute. Looking like they might look for this Baron since it's 4v2 on the map. So they'll want to rush this one down and hopefully reset, look for that soul right afterwards.
Slingshot comes in. Gwen, that is going to be a lot of Baron damage between the Ashe, the Gwen, and the Syndra. This is going to go down super quick.
Good try with the Ezreal ult for the steal, but doesn't get there quite in time. Now they're going for their resets. Lethal should probably be resetting also, so they can all run to this dragon, look for the soul. He just wants to clear that wave real quick. But as long as they can get there and set up vision in time, should not be the biggest deal.
So interesting what the Gwen has right now. That looks like is Poco building Lich Bane, you think?
Yes. Which is not bad on Gwen. Whenever you E, which you E a lot, you do a ton of damage. I don't mind that one. I wouldn't mind the death cap just for the straight damage, and I wouldn't mind the.
This is gonna be the fight of the century here. Call of the Forge God has come out. The Nautilus Enchanted Crystal Arrow
Zac
comes
actually
out,
jumps
and he's
away
out of
from
the pit.
dragon. Whoops.
Zac jumped out of the pit. That was not the best call. Passive gets proc. They're still going. Look at Poco. Look at that damage. Malco does not have any more ways to get out. And right now, Reaper. Oh, he gets baited in by the Zonias. And
Alright, it's a fair sacrifice. The dragon, they don't get soul yet, and we win the fight, and they can potentially run it down the end here. So might have been a smart play from Casual, though. When you're on soul point, it is funny to see the jungler jump away from the dragon.
I was about to say, they had that in the bag. The rest of the team was dealing with it. He jumped in for the Zyra kill, who was already CC'd, but this might actually be the end of the game. They're going for it.
Yep, they got Zyra up.
Where's Casual going?
Now he's zoning the Zyra, but they do indeed win off of it, so it was the smart play. Well played, Casual and Velocity Gaming. Taking game number 1. And we'll have to see how Goat Kings try to adjust for game number 2 as they're fighting to stay in the playoffs. We'll hop on over to the post-game screen for game number 1.
Oh, stream closed. Okay, let me look on.
No, I'll pull it back up for you. I just have to switch it in between them. There you go.
All right, so 210 and 9 on the Zyra, 4715 on the
RIPS. Indeed, Malco. Indeed.
37 and 21 on the Jarvan. The Reaper on the Vex was the shining light for the team. Unfortunately, there were times where he'd go in and be able to blow up 3 people, and times where he'd go in and get himself blown up instantly. So it's kind of a back and forth. He did as best as he could. Malco, realistically, like I was saying, the call to, I don't know if it was his decision or somebody else on the team for him to go Cyrilda second instead of getting that Muramana into Mana Moon. second, because that's where a lot of Ezreal's damage comes from. They didn't necessarily need the wave clear at the time, so him not going for the Ravenous Hydra was fine. But just casual plebs and Poco excellence as well. There was just way too much CC. You go in, even with the Call of the Forge God, everybody's getting bounced around in the bounce house. So great game number one. Lots of fighting back and forth. We'll have to see how it goes. I mean, the final gold, as we can see, was Velocity ending with about a 9k gold lead off of that last dragon fight and Baron fight.
True. And you need a break before jumping to game number 2? You want to hop straight into it?
No, we can hop straight into it.
All right. Well played game number 1 to Velocity. Going to 1-0 for the series, but here is draft number 2.
Okay, so let's see. Velocity still keep up most of the same bans. They took away the Graves and the Kane again from Deity. Goat Kings being on blue side, they did not want them to have the Seraphine. Still intrigued by the Poppy ban. I'm not sure who on Velocity plays Poppy, but I mean, I guess there's a KB 2.0 somewhere that warrants a Poppy ban. Shaco, I'm assuming for the jungler.
Casual, yeah.
As well as Trundle. And then they good change up on Goat King's side. They're like the Syndra and the
they banned Poppy because they wanted the first pick Zek.
Right, but it was also banned in game 1. So that's what I'm saying. Is like I know I saw the Poppy as one of the bans in game 1. But they took away the Gwen, they took away the Syndra, so what we see Velocity answering with is a Renekton and a Corki. They take the Ezreal this time.
Yeah.
But the Misfortune and Zyra.
Lethal said they banned Poppy game 1 because they wanted Zek. So both teams had the same strategy when picking Zek, was just to ban Poppy.
Alright. Smoothie on his Olaf, that's more of a pick I know him for. Reaper is actually playing Lux, so this is going to be an interesting mid lane. But the Amumu, so if we're looking at both sides have really good engage, especially on Velocity side. Their damage might be a little bit lackluster in terms of Corki has to scale into 3 items to start really hitting hard. Ezreal has to scale into 2 to 3 items to also start hitting hard.
Yeah.
Renekton's a lane bully, but I think Olaf still has a stronger level 1 than Renekton does into a level 2. Level 3 might be a little bit different because the slice and dice with the empowered W. But I think overall it's a top lane favored on the Olaf side. He's just a huge lane bully. So this is going to be probably one of those, okay, we need to play back, maybe not as bloodthirsty as game 1, and try and scale into the late game, because MF becomes an ult bot, sure, but she still doesn't do as much damage if most of her damage comes from her ult, and once that ult's down, then, Velocity could go in, so we'll have to see what happens.
For sure. I do like Goat King's draft. They've got a very comfort double pick for the MF and Zyra for Malco and Beard. As you said, Smoothie really likes Olaf. Deity buying into the green junglers since he's grabbing that Zac. And then I like Reaper. I think he does the best when he's on those control mages. So grabbing that Lux I think will be good for him.
Do we really consider Lux a control mage, though, or is she more of an artillery mage?
Either or. Like, she still has a lot of CC. She just has long range.
That is true.
But I agree for Velocity. They've got a lot of scaling damage and plenty of CC in the Mumu Nautilus, but I feel like the Renekton's just a little out of place. Because
I think they were going
he's
for-
looking for like a bully / early, and then everyone else kind of wants to scale. But we'll see how it plays out for them.
Which is not a bad thing. Like, if you put 3 scaling lanes, you're doomed. You need to have somewhere where there's some early damage, which is why the Amumu is not a bad pick, but I think the Renekton could have been swapped out for something else, like maybe a Darius.
Yeah, I think that could have been good. But we'll load on up into game number 2 and see how this one plays out. Can Velocity secure the series victory here, or will it go to game number 3?
And this is also Beard's redemption game.
The redemption for Beard. See if there's any invade shenanigans this time. We saw an effective hook gone for game number 1. Looking like they're spreading out this time though.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
And yeah, I do like giving Smoothie the Olaf. I think he likes more aggressive laners. Olaf you can kind of be, or Ornn you can kind of be aggressive on, but not nearly as much as Olaf. So we'll like to see how he does in this game. And we do know Malco really likes that MF, so we'll see if MF starts him better than the Ezreal in this game number 2.
Interesting. Does Ezreal always start tier, or do you start like? I thought Ezreal, for the most part, starts a Doran item to like a Doran's blade.
I don't
at least
really
help him with CSing and.
Yeah, I don't really like starting tier on any champion, if I'm honest. I think it's always a better first pack item than a starting item. You can do either with Ezreal. If you're buying tier, you're saying I never want to fight, essentially. But let's see how it works out for him.
Also interesting to see Ezreal elect to go for the Conqueror instead of the First Strike Keystone. There's that Undertow and Broloff as a referee. Is he going to call it down the middle?
I'm not saying you did poorly on the Ezreal game 1, Malco. I'm just saying I know you like MF more. So.
No. This man did terrible. I'm just kidding.
Called out. Malco called out by Falco. How could it happen?
Top lane is just a handshake right now. They're both respecting each other, which intriguing to me. The Undertow, obviously, if it misses, we're looking at a lane gank. So I don't think this has been snuffed out. I don't think Smoothie's aware. So let's see how it goes down. And now he's aware. Comes out the stun, and Olaf with the flash, with the goat. And he is going to get first blooded. Oh, so close with the ignite comes out from Poco. So Poco decided, okay, this is going to be an aggressive lane. Gets the first blood with that top jungle synergy. Again, 3 camp clear into a top lane gank.
Yeah, really well played there from Casual. He's probably hoping Olaf was going to be pushing, looking for more of those undertows, but still made it work out.
Oko just said, fuck it, hold my beer, I got this.
Don't worry, I'll go stun him, I'm Renekton. This is why it's played in pro play, you know? Was praying not to be gank level 3. Well, you didn't get gank level 3 at least, so... You never said anything about level 2.
Little game so far. Aside from that first blood. What's interesting to me is both games how Deity was not able to punish that, so far at least, that level, 3 buff into top lane gank. Moo's just going to be able to get one of the Scuttle Crabs. He's going to be able to full clear without any issues, but Zach is looking up top, comes in with the slingshot. Stun comes out. Poco might be in trouble. They're pulling in. He has to flash out. The undertow hits, and
Good dive.
the Zac passive gets procced. He is gonna live, and Amumu comes in looking for Reaper, but misses the bandage toss. That's what it's called.
I figured Poke needed help early. Of course, Smoothie. Yeah, really nice re-gank there from Zac. Getting the kill onto Olaf is also nice, and really well timed with the flash to tank as many tower shots as you could, and to be out of range so your blobs would not die.
There was one misplay from Poco. He stunned the Zac before they were in tower range. I think if he is gonna flash out of there and dash out, he holds the stun till one of them's under tower to try and at least get a trade kill. Had he stunned the Olaf there, that was a 1-for-1.
Yep, very true. But sometimes when you panic, you don't think it fully through. And smart play here from the Velocity bot lane, since they did start the tier, not looking for too many engages, as long as they keep playing it safe.
I don't think you just noticed what happened. Secret Agent Amumu was not spotted by the Zac while sitting in the bush. Zac goes in. He does not have passive. They go in on this. Amumu needs to land another bandage toss, but Deity is going to barely walk out. He's looking to re-engage on the slingshot. Deity, sir, what are you doing? You are going to go down. Too good for Lima. Takes kill with the ignite and flashes out in style. Cool guys do not look at explosions.
Everybody say it with me. Nautilus gets his. But yeah, right there, it could have been a little cleaner. Casual missing the Q over the wall, so wasn't able to help kill Deity sooner, but the re-engage ended up with him falling. Well played.
No, he engaged and hit the Zyra.
No, he hit the Zyra, and then the second Q, he tried to hit Deity over the wall, but missed it.
Gotcha, okay.
Kills
Lux
the Q.
is... That is a rough matchup. It's surprising to me that Excellence is up in farm. That is a rough matchup, especially with going for that first strike keystone. Lux just outranges Corki, so she easily procs it off of him.
Yeah, but
I feel like
Corki doesn't have to stand too close to the minions, so it's not free poke for her, although she should be able to zone a little bit. But it's not as bad as if it was like a melee mid.
Right, but those E's, man.
Yeah. Now we see some fine jungle farming from both the junglers.
I was about to say, Amumu farming in style, not looking at his red buff as it's dying while already bandage tossing over the wall to go get his rock monsters.
It's just called efficiency right there. And we're starting to get some good poke down from this MF. Make it rain.
This is not going to be great. Smoothie has his ult, pops his ult, Berserker's Rage, or whatever it's called. Pops the... I forget what it's called on... I know it starts with an S on... What is Renekton's ult called? Never mind.
Dominus.
Dominus. It's not with an S. Dominus. But a good tempo play.
Picking up the dragon, knowing the enemy jungler was on the top side. Gets that first mountain dragon once again. They had a first dragon, mountain dragon both games. Just Riot's really liking that for the series.
Smoothie getting treated like an ADC, even while playing Olaf.
But he's still only down, what, 7 CS right now, and the wave crashed, so he's going to pick up some more. So still farming very well into this wave. Equal on kills since Plebs took up the first kill. And they've got an Ezreal here with 2 Sheens for double the value.
I just saw it lethal? Corky's dead. I'm sorry, can we go back to the... Why?
A nice gank here from Zek, picking up a kill. I'm assuming it was a mistake, and either he had done damage or didn't notice before he got off the fountain. So, stuck with it for right now.
It happens.
It does happen. It definitely happens. It happens to the best of us. But as you can see on the item bar, both the sheens go off at the same time, so it is double the value. I mean, just a big brain play, really.
And slowed down. So here's the thing. Yes, that's what I was about to talk. When Undertow is down, that's your window to engage on Olaf. Not a lot of people do that. Like if the Olaf throws his Q and it's far away from him to pick up, you should punish that and engage, because that's where a lot of his damage comes from. With the armor shred and the slow. Especially as a lane bully as Renekton.
I agree as long as you dodge it. If you do get hit by it, you can kind of wait. And also sometimes it depends on the matchup. With Renekton, I think you should jump in. Because it prevents him from walking forward to pick it up.
Oh no, this is gonna be an interesting one.
Who's gonna get it?
He gets it.
Does he get the eye?
He does not.
Is anyone gonna pick up the eye?
Come on, Poco. You know you have to.
Giving it up, seeing Olaf is waiting on it.
The problem is if red team doesn't pick it up, then that's a terrible tempo play. You give up gold, you die and give up 300 gold for 25 gold value. Now we're looking to see Zac jumps in, misses a slingshot. Poco has that stun going. Too good for Lima, looking for the very nice waiting on the Lux Flash, and right now, do we see Reaper going down potentially? Oh,
makes it out
you
and
guys
forces
had
the
it.
Flash. Now Deity's here for the
Deity
cleanup.
comes in with a slingshot, takes down. Too good for Lima, and Excellence. I think Excellence. At that point, one of you just needs to take it. I think Lima was trying to give the kill over to Excellence, but Excellence was so far back, like.
Yeah, that's why whenever your carries yell at you as the support for taking the kill, just take them. It's better if the person just dies. Unless if it's 100% free and you can literally stand there and get the kill, just take it. But I do have to call out Reaper on this Lux. He's doing a fantastic job of hitting those double bindings. Just hit that one there on the Nautilus and Corki, and set up for that counter gank where they got the kill. Very well played. And also hit one early in the game to survive one of the early ganks. Looks like we got a gank coming in as Corki is TPing to the bot lane with package.
He needs to go in right now. They're really good choke point. There comes the burn. Reaper Beard goes down. Misfortune is still firing over the wall, taking Corki rockets to the face, and it's just gonna be a 1-for-0-4 now.
Yeah, I feel like
They're
you could
have walk it out.
I feel like he could have ulted immediately with the Nautilus CC landing, and he could have aimed it more to cut them off from the tower, but they do pick up the one kill, so worthwhile to get the kill for them. Now we got another secret agent Amumu up here in this top lane. We'll see if another gank can come down on this Olaf. Does have the
in-house queue notifications are gonna drive me nuts right now.
Oh, you just mute it real quick.
I'm literally going to do so. Alright, that's not a bad. Now we re-gank, knowing that the Olaf ult is down.
If anyone in chat is looking
vision.
to play some in-houses, they are going on currently, so you can watch while you wait. Yeah, Beard said enable streamer mode, then you'll be all good.
That is true.
And now the Cloud Dragon is up. We'll see if there's a fight over it, as Cloud just kind of ends up in the middle of the entire enemy team.
What is going on? Plebs with not even worth the ult, and get the stun on Poco. That he is really punishing that Olaf with that Blade of the Ruined King. Just one of the things that that is just really unfair about champions like what's his name, Renekton and Shyvana, how they can quickly proc Blade of the Ruined King. With Renekton, it's just one ability, and with Shyvana, she just auto queues.
Right. Now the second dragon going over to the Goat Kings, get to pick it up as the enemy jungler was dead. Reaper picking up his wave as he gets a little poke down onto Excellence.
So one of my favorite streamers, Aloys, he always says how sadly, what's it called? Ravenous Hydra is a great item, but it's a feast or famine item because none of its components give you meaningful stats besides AD and a little bit of lifesteal. Once you finally get that completed item, then you come online and start shredding.
Gotcha. It's also one where you need to stack it up for the full value. So you want to keep winning once you build it.
Another vision fight here. That Nautilus lost a third of his health while bot lane is very healthy, and we're just going to go and clear that ward. So, I mean, not necessarily worth it overall, but we'll have to see how this bot lane pans out. Right now, it's just a stalemate. Corki and Lux are tied in farm, but Lux has those 2 assists, which I can only imagine pushes her a little over the edge. However, Corki does have Cull completed, so in terms of gold, they might be even. There comes the Dominus coming out. Ooh, the bandage toss, and we are probably gonna see. Oh, he misses the second bandage toss. Welcome to the bounce house.
It's a little bit of
Mumu
damage
ults. And oh, he's gonna go down, and Lux is up here now. He has no dash. That Croc just turned into a pair of boots.
Yeah, just seeing how much essentially the base damage is on Zac is able to chunk out both Renekton and Amumu as he's counter ganking for Olaf. Unfortunate for casual that second Q missed. Probably would have been a kill there for them.
So keep your eyes on the Zac build though. It looks like he's gonna go for a more supportive build. I think he's going for Even Shroud, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
The support item, so I guess not technically a supportive build. I was thinking of like the items that little Fire Crown, whatever it's called, builds out of, and then I remembered, oh wait, Even Shroud is one of them.
Yep, still a good
And I
item
think
for Zac to pick up. Just helps your team do more damage, and you're there to set up team fights. We got a Reaper here looking for a potential fight in the bot lane. Getting the pickup on Too Good for Lima, well played there. A good flash engage by Beard, getting the double root.
This Lux is definitely ahead of Corki right now, even though they're same level. And this Lux is just going to continue to hit like a truck. I just noticed keystone of choice is that Dark Harvest, so he is going to be looking to pop them people like pimples.
Now we got a Mumu trying to cut them off as Renekton is trying to run
Oh, the
in.
flash?
Gets
The
ultimate
Amumu
down.
ult, he says, give me a hug, come down and shut down for Poco on the Lux. Curse of the Sad Mummy, that's what it's called.
Yep. Nice pickup for Poco, and it's going to be looking to damage this bot as Smooth is getting jumped on by Ezreal and Nautilus, but does take down that mid tower.
I was about to say, this is a really good fundamental tempo play for the Olaf. It's also interesting to me to see how the Olaf has transitioned from what used to be a Triforce, then a Stride Breaker build, and now the mythic of choice is going to be that Jock Show.
Yeah.
And still does a metric fuck ton of damage.
Olaf just does so much. And if he's tanking enough, the Jack shows they will just run through a team and run down the carries. Doesn't need too much damage anymore.
Also, Smoothie is just putting on a tempo clinic here. Gets the top lane turret. Nautilus gets caught with the slingshot. Olaf is on him. Olaf gets the kill. True Shot Barrage comes out. Corki comes out with the package. He's gonna kill the Zyra. Gets and then dashes back out. Deity's in too deep. He is surrounded by 3 people. Amumu goes in. Does he have Curse of the Sad Mum? He does not. It is in with the ult. Zach jumps in on the Ezreal. Ezreal is gonna go down here, but can Excellence clean this up? He is still chasing, going after the Olaf. The Undertow goes in. He is gonna die probably to the no. Olaf goes down to the turret. Poco is gonna get no. He does not get snared, but net positive value overall. 1 for I believe 3 dead. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was 1 for 3. 2 good for Lemur back up since it got picked off early, but now Go King's taking down this Infernal Drake, putting themselves on soul point right at the 21-minute mark.
Another Infernal Drake. Riot? Rigged? Question mark?
Game's rigged. What can we say? Nah, but I don't know how they're doing their randomness with the dragons anymore, but it definitely seems like we're having very similar ones. The only difference right now was the Drag 2 was the Hex Tech in game number 1.
So, if we're red side right now, what are we looking to do? First of all, I don't know if it was worth the ult. Oh, he is gonna live barely. Oh, the rocket misses. And Amumu goes down to the luck.
Tragic.
I will shut up for now.
Yeah, for red side, you're just kind of trying to stem that bleeding. You still want that scale going for the Corki and Ezreal. You know they both need either an item or an item and a half. So you're hoping you can delay this dragon and just farm up to get your items before you get back into fighting.
On the other side, this is a game where I'm okay with Ezreal going Cyrilda's Grudge second item, because we see the Jacques Show, we see the plated steel caps, we see the Even Shroud and the Sunfire. This is a game where Ezreal needs to go, okay, their front line is beefy early, we need to cut down their front line. But instead he's doing the opposite of Malco from game 1, and he's going for the Mana Moon into Muramana. Or is it the other way around? I forget.
Muramana's the
Completed one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mana Moon into Muramana. We see a catch on the Croc. Is he going to get turned into a purse this time? He gets to walk away. Very low health. He is out. Dominus is gone. Bandage Shot still comes out. Zach is jumping in. Or Excellence. Zach does jump in, though, on the Renekton. The Croc gets turned into a purse.
But they do elect to get off the Baron as they're trying to fight in this jungle once again.
There comes the Misfortune Ultimate. Bullet Time almost takes down the Amumu. Amumu goes down to the Zach. But my god, that Collector in... can we just, I don't know, nerf MF Riot?
I mean, a lot of that damage there was just the Zac doing Zac things.
Yes and no. So, yes, the Amumu was low. Oh my god, he comes in. The ult, he is unstoppable. He is still tanking that turret, and he is gonna live.
Just runs out. Doesn't even matter.
But back to what we were saying, yes, the Zac does a lot of base damage. However, the Misfortune Ultimate definitely chewed through that Amumu. So right now, Excellence is 4-1. We need to be playing around this Corki. We need to make sure it's protect the President, get down Mr. President, and let him do his damage, especially with the Corki packages. Otherwise, I don't see Red Team coming back from this one. Ezreal's just... I wouldn't say he's too far behind, but he is behind enough compared to the Misfortune. I mean, it's almost a, what? 3.7k gold lead?
Roughly, yeah.
3.6k, yeah. So
But
that
it's-
now goes down to a 2.7 because of that standing gold, and Excellence is looking to kill the Lux. He is missing. He is unable to kill the Lux. Malcolm just has to stand there and goes, here, take my autos.
it actually ends up being a shutdown going over to Malco, which was more than the tower he had just picked up, so ended up being
now
a
all
little
of a
bit
sudden
of a
it
gold
is-
deficit.
It's back up to a 3.5k gold deficit.
But it is pretty tough. They'd want to protect the Corki, but they have a Zac jumping into the back line, they have an Olaf ulting into the back line, so it is hard to be that front line with these champions like Go Kings have.
It also does not help that Excellence is pushing side lane solo when he is the most fed member. And I understand, you know, that's kind of the thing you have to do as a solo laner, but sometimes it's not bad to go for a 1-4. Like, I feel like in this scenario, their comp is better off as a 1-4 instead of a 1-3-1. But hold on, Zac goes in, welcome to the bounce house. Ezreal is already going down. Corki comes in with the package. He is burning everybody standing on there. Zac goes in. Lux snipes the Corki. I believe, yes. Zyra kills. Now the only one that's left is the Croc. He goes down as well. And it is a 2 for 5. And this is Soul Drake for blue side.
Yeah, they're just ahead. They have the run at you comp, so it's way easier to execute as the Go Kings anyways. And they're just taking it to him, picking up this Infernal Soul, and having the Soul plus a Baron is going to give them some strong pushing power here as they look to close out this game number 2, bring it to 1-1. And Lux just has the ult cooldown now, ults to clear the wave, we'll have it back up in like 30 seconds. Champion's cooldown is reasonable, thank you, Riot.
Oh, especially if she kills somebody with it.
Right.
You know, let's give an artillery mage a reset mechanic on their most damaging build that can nuke you from 2 screens away. That's a smart idea.
Yeah, we know they love stacking and we know they love resets. It's just how Riot now tries to...
Oh, and don't forget three proc passives.
Oh, of course. But while we get the reset in potentially from the Go Kings, looking like they're setting up this vision around Baron first. If anyone's around with those Twitch primes or wants to toss us a sub, toss it our way. We will love you for at least 30 days as the Croc is getting jumped on.
Alright, so we already seen him get turned into a pair of boots and into a purse. He just got turned into a jacket.
That Zyra ult did like a third of his health bar. Oh my gosh.
Ezreal is going down. Olaf is unstoppable. They just need to walk away. So Olaf's ult is like a Lowy ult. He procs it, you just run the fuck away. And then re-engage.
Yeah, just able to scare him off 3v1. That Olaf is a massive boy.
I mean, he managed to get the flash out of Ezreal. Nautilus, or Zac jumps in on the Nautilus. Ezreal is just super low right now. Zac is being a menace. Flashes in, pulls them together. Here comes the ult, and he's just... Mumu is trying to run away, but he can't have to flash out.
Oh, he didn't want
Goes
to
back in with a bandage toss. I don't know about that one, buddy. Here's the kill over.
He hit the Q, so at least there's that.
It's the Lee syndrome. He's like, I'm gonna throw out the ability just to throw it out. And I say it's the Lee syndrome because you have no choice but to go in because you threw it. At this point, if I'm red team, I'm like, okay. Yes, we gotta look how do we come back from this game, but more so, what do we do next game? At this point, you guys are just too far behind. The scaling picks might not be the best. I think we throw, hopefully, Poco back in the ADC slot where he is his strongest. He has shown a really good presence top last game and a little bit this game, but not as good as last game. I don't know if that's what is going to happen, so we'll have to see.
We will see. We also still don't have the armor shred being gone for by Ezreal. He's going for that Hydra now, so is still not going to do much damage to these tanks even after he finishes that there.
So what you're telling me is Lethal is doing what I told Malco to do.
Yeah.
And Malco is doing what I'm telling Lethal to do. Like,
They just wanted to swap it up, you know?
Unfortunate.
The Vision game looking like? Neither team really has many catch wards, I want to say.
But right now, Baron
Start
is
up the
the
Baron.
play. Does Corky have package? I do not believe so.
No, not sure.
Package right here on the Baron would really do a lot of damage, but this is just gonna go. We're gonna shake hands and give the Baron for free. Just trying to catch waves right now. Corky also does not have a Void Staff to help him with the damage aspect. He is the carry. So one of the issues here is that neither of the two carries has any resistance shred. That is one long jump. Nautilus goes down. Welcome to the bounce house once again. Smoothie's on a rampage, and Movement goes in with Curse of the Sad Mummy, but he gets blown up by Reaper. And Jesus, Zach is an Olympian jumping in from inhib to inhib. Goes in with a package.
There's the package.
He's
Takes
trying to
out
save
Beard.
the moment, but
Double kill.
unfortunately it is just too little, too late. But they do not have a wave right now. So they're going all the way back to escort that wave. Death timers are too long. Oh, Malco is recalling. No, sir. Just go for the end.
They say, Malco, we can end, don't back.
But I'm low, guys. I have item in base. No.
What
The
if
end.
they hit me, though? Nautilus is up. Come on, go, Lima. Halt the MF. Nah, they end the game. Bring the series to 1-1. We've taken the Silver Scrapes into game number 3 for the winner of the series. Let's check out this game number 2 post screen.
And considering this is our only game, our only series that has went to 3 games, we can take a Silver Scrapes break.
True that.
3, 4, and 10. Like I said, it was a redemption game for Beard. He was like, no. I gotta run this one back. And goes 3, 4, and 10 this time. Had some really good catch plays. Smoothie just also with a redemption game, just popping off on that Olaf 8, 3, and 7. Deity going 9, 1, and 13. Malco going 3, 1, and 10. 5, 2, and 8 on Reaper. Sadly, Plebs is 1, 9, and 6. So at this point, it is 1-1.
Yes, sir. And as we said, we're gonna go to that pause real quick. We're gonna play ourselves some Silver Scrapes. So if you need to grab anything, you got about 4 minutes, and we will catch you in a little bit. We're back from Silver Scrapes. And we are back here, ready to get into game number 3 between Go Kings and Velocity, trying to make their way into the semifinals. Game point for both teams, and we'll hop
There's a
right.
team jersey on the line.
Yep, winners of the season are able to get a team jersey that they're allowed to design themselves as well. So, jerseys on the line as we jump into draft number 3.
Okay. Velocity. I like the draft. A little bit more early game focused. With still some scaling in that Cho'Gath, in the Ashe, the Yone. As we all know, Yone has probably the strongest level 1 in the game, but it looks like... Okay, so that's definitely Gragas jungle. Cho'Gath into Olaf, so we let Smoothie have Olaf again.
Yeah, we still
I
wanted to
feel
ban
like...
away that Graves and Kane. Could have been a good Olaf
True.
ban.
True. I mean, Kane especially is really strong right now, so Graves not as much, and I understand I've seen Deity pop off and become an unkillable Graves, but the way that casual plebs plays, and so does everybody else, I feel like they can shut down that Graves. I could be wrong, maybe they just don't feel like they can, so that's why they're banning it. But it's just not too many champions can answer the Olaf, especially not a Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath is a scaling tank, so he has one of the weaker early games. I don't know, obviously, off of this, if Poco has swapped to ADC. I'm hoping so, and they gave him the Ashe.
No swap.
No swap. Okay, unfortunate. Anivia's a pain in the ass. No matter how you want to swap it, Anivia into Yone, I feel like, especially level 6, Anivia just zones anybody in the game. They went for the Maokai jungle, which I guess, okay, they banned the Mumu away. They didn't want to deal with that again, and they banned the Zac away for blue side, so it's just going to be an interesting bloodbath of a game overall.
Yeah, agreed. They kind of gave back comfort. They had the Zac banned away from them. Goat Kings didn't want them to be able to first pick it, and kind of got another CC jungler in the Maokai onto Deity, and an even more control-y mid lane on the Anivia for Reaper. So a lot of comfort and a lot of picks I feel like are strong. Velocity really likes the Ashe Nautilus combo, so they'll be looking to get some pickouts with the ult combos and the hooks. Gragas is going to need to come online for excellence, or sorry, for casual plebs, since definitely can carry on that champ. Just need to get some gold early. Cho into Olaf isn't really terrible. You just kind of need to scale up and become tankier than the Olaf can handle. But early game is a little scary. And then Yone.
The thing is, though,
Yone
I'm sorry,
really
go
needs
ahead.
to snowball against Anivia. Yone, if you get behind, you're gonna have a bad time. So we'll want to see some potential ganks and just early kills on Yone if they want to have a good time in that mid lane.
What worries me about that top lane matchup is Olaf from the get-go has access to armor shred and true damage. So it's like pairing him into a tank, like a tank into the Olaf, is usually suicide.
The true damage is the most annoying. You just have to accept you're gonna get pushed in. And Cho'Gath has the innate healing, which is the only nice thing. And he more goes for the health scaling rather than armor scaling, anyways. So the only person who's really gonna health shred you would be Zyra if she goes Leandries, and Anivia if she goes Leandries. So it's not terrible for Cho, but you just have to be very careful early because Olaf just can bully you early.
The other thing is, and we'll see how this plays out before we get into the game, Cho'Gath also struggles into catching people, getting to the people, and like Zyra, Misfortune, and Anivia are all just gonna poke him from miles away.
Yeah, they have a lot of peel to keep the Cho'Gath off the back line, but here we'll load into the game and see how they're able to play it out. See if Wheel Poco can become that big Cho'Gath where it doesn't matter how much they try to peel him, or if the Goat Kings are able to pull out this game number 3 and keep themselves alive. Playing for the semifinals, game point for both teams, winner take all.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
And looking like they're gonna want another invade idea out to Velocity. Yeah, they just got seen by the Anivia, so
30 seconds until minions
should be able to
spawn.
avoid this on the side of Goat Kings as a triple stun comes out. If he's running the mana flow band, is wishing he got one proc for each member hit rather than just the one.
Still, he's up mana.
Goddamn mana though. Open up. Wheel Poker walks into
Cho'Gath
deity.
is gonna walk into 3 of them. The
fails
flash into the wall.
But does actually avoid the stun because of it, so is able to survive. But burn the summoner on the side of Wheel Poco. Kind of the opposite of game 1 where they burned Smoothie's flash. Now Wheel Poco is down the flash.
Thing is, they were looking for Smoothie. Poco was not looking for them.
Right. Yeah, whenever you invade, you kind of have
they
to
weren't
be...
looking for Poco.
Whenever you do the invade, you have to be really careful how you walk back, because if they set up a bush cheese or anything, you can get really punished. And actually teleports to that top lane, so down both summoners. Really bad for Poco in this early game.
He is down bad because if he gets... If the Maokai now... Since Maokai's red side, or top side is red side, I wonder if Deity goes, hey, you've been doing this to my top laner for the last 2 games. I wonder how you're going to feel when I do it to you, sir.
Yeah, and even if you force it back or get a kill, you don't even need to kill him. If you force the back, he's going to be down a lot of CS since you're down that TP now. And Olaf with the double flash ghost double mobility summoner has a lot of chance to get on this show early and try to get that kill.
The other thing is, I think it was Nice that said it. In a lane where you know that the person's just gonna run at you and stick on your face, you're better off going with a defensive summoner. Like an exhaust or something like that, because as we're seeing, Maokai is now transitioning to that top side of the map. They know that Olaf or Poco does not have his flash, and Maokai's going in for the gank, gets the root into the knockback. This is probably going to be one dead Cho'Gath. The Undertow comes in, gets him with the true damage, lightning from above.
And they do take out that first blood. As long as they push this wave in before Chose gets back, which they should be able to. Actually, it looks like it might go for a freeze. But should be very punishing to this Cho'Gath either way.
Deity saying to plebs, anything you can do, I can do better, sir. Especially, like you said, with that freeze, Cho'Gath is now in a world of trouble. And as we see the stun comes out, this is why I hate Anivia. Just QE and they take out so much damage. And right now, Poco is just stuck in a terrible spot. But we see Gragas comes in with the belly flop, the knock up. Casual Plebs gets the return kill. Would have been nice to have it on Poco, but as we see the bot lane, Dredge line comes out, Ignite comes out, Beard gets to walk away, the heal comes out from Malco. They're still trading autos between Lethal and Malco.
Yeah, it's actually
and Nivea. Go ahead.
Well, Nivea getting
Another
jumped
fight
on.
comes out mid lane.
Too much fighting, but we love to see it. It's actually huge that Plebs was able to get that. It breaks the freeze and actually makes Olaf lose some of this farm he was going to go up. So a big help to the Cho'Gath, even though he's still down a little bit of CS. Way better than when he initially died.
But the freeze is still there. If we can pan topside.
It's pushing now.
Oh, is it?
It crashed,
Exhaust comes out onto
under
Lethal
tower.
Lime. Maokai drops the sapling. Lethal Lime gets slowed, not rooted, and with the cleanse, he is still going to go down. Both summoners expended and still dies.
Yeah, so you see here, it's a way bigger red
Yeah,
side
now
wave. Well, here, Coco just needs to walk away. He needs to not die here.
He needs to respect this because he's about to lose this wave. Undertow comes out, assuming it hit Poco. He manages to get a grass proc somehow.
Hey, we'll take it. Yeah, here you know it's pushing in. Poco doesn't need to walk up. If you miss the farm, it's fine.
Oh, the flash.
Although
Excellence.
He does have to come back. Oh,
Excellence gets the kill. Is he gonna live here?
The auto takes him down.
He
Almost a
walks
great
away.
outplay.
Oh no! And the Ghost and the Flash and Smoothie is gone with the win. Gone in the win. With the win? I forget what that movie was called.
Gone with the wind.
Thank you.
Casual trying to babysit the Cho'Gath a little bit now, knowing he's in a bad situation, trying to get him back into the game. Really well played by Excellence, almost being able to get the 2-for-1, but taken down. Since
I think it was a bit of a misplay. He needed to just walk away. He walked back into Anivia's range. Anivia was already walking away from him. He just needed to walk away from the Anivia.
Yeah, but as soon as he used the tether, he had to go back, so he kind of screwed himself by using that ability.
No, the tether was fine. Anivia, so I know we don't have a replay system, but Anivia was walking away, and Excellence like walked back towards her and walked back into her auto range when he had the Q up.
But once you drop the tether, you know he's coming back, so you can just wait there. But either way, we got Beard looking for this mid lane potentially. Now he's walking away. But so far, a bloody game, but pretty even across the board. We've got Cho'Gath actually trying to rush this Bramble Vest, trying to take out some of that healing from Smoothie. I think finishing the just Tabby would have been better, because a lot of the damage is from Olaf auto-attacking you. And you're not going to really kill him early anyway, so the healing doesn't super matter.
I mean, the trinity of tank items for top lane against AD champions. Bramble Vest, Plated Steel Caps, and oh, let's see what's going on here. Excellence goes in with the tether. Anivia's taking a lot of damage, so now Excellence has the health advantage in this lane. That's how you want to play Yone. You get the health advantage, and you can go in from there. So that is a yes. He has the egg still, but he has overall the like massive health advantage. He should just look to freeze on the Anivia here.
Look like Anivia's looking for that back. Doesn't have TP, so I get a little bit of tower damage.
Now that Anivia's recalled, hard push, get that turret played in, grab that other wave, push it in, punish the Anivia for a bad back timer.
Nice early dragon, this time from Casual, saying I can pick up early dragons as well. We've got Maokai looking around the enemy topside jungle.
That's a lot of plant damage, and Malco also shoots over the E. Gragas is down to a third of his HP, back down to a half now. Undertow connects onto the Cho'Gath.
Yep, but again, if Olaf's throwing the Undertow and it goes past you, but he doesn't want to run forward, it's kind of where you feel the safest. Right here, where he runs up and wants to grab it, that's where it's scary.
Another one connects. Cho'Gath gets his first stack.
which is the smart thing to do since you're not generally gonna kill him in the fight. It just gives Smoothie a lot more freedom to try to all in you.
Smoothie's gonna look to
don't have
go in,
wheel.
but he backs out.
Wheel Poker doing what he's supposed to do, just has to avoid getting dove by Deity and potentially Reaper as well. So the ult does come
Here
in.
comes the ult. He has the knockup. Knocks
Oh!
up. The ult comes in from the Gragas, knocking Smoothie back into the wall. He is dead. Anivia still has passive.
Casual,
Looking to go in.
the savior.
That's a feels bad on Smoothie's end because I think what he does there, if he ultimate survivability chances, he waits for Cho'Gath to. So he basically fakes it like I'm going in. If Cho'Gath gets the knockup, gets the slow, and then you walk back out, but now you know his abilities are down. But I don't, he couldn't have expected the Gragas coming from there.
Yeah, I think just if you want that dive, you need Deity to walk up with you. He can tank it, drop aggro with W, and you get the kill. But just if Casual wasn't there, at least it's a 1-for-1. If the tower still picks up Smoothly, but Casual in the right place at the right time.
Gragas going over the wall with the Maokai, and Gragas is in a lot of trouble right now. Yon's here to help. Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes wide. Field goal. And they're just going to walk it out. Shake hands and walk it out.
Yep, good job just protecting the jungler but walking down. Good job by Casual to
right
not
now,
get jumped on.
If this was Malco, we would have been noticing a different story with them arrows. Calling Chris Kyle.
Nice little chunk there, knowing Smoothie doesn't have the ults trying to get back to the wave.
Smoothie's chunked to half. We know Gragas is up here. We also know Maokai's up here. So it's going to be a handshake. It's going to be about what the other lanes do. We see Zyra's holding the wave for Anivia right now until Anivia gets back. Realistically, Poco should... Poco did... and this was something that Boomstick told me earlier today. If you're behind, or you're... Well, he's not 100% behind, but if you're dealing with a lane bully, getting Bomby Cinder is not the greatest choice. Brother, I've seen you hit a lot of those, but besides the point, because Bomby Cinder is just going to ultimately keep pushing.
Yeah, it kind of forces you to push, and I think if you just had the Bramble finish the...
Plated steel caps. Oh, Zyra comes in with the ult. Maokai comes in with the ult. Misfortune bullet time going through. The wall almost got him, and Anivia with a double kill. At that point, Excellence just wasted his TP. I mean, at that point, you see your bottom lane. I know he started channeling as everybody was there, but either he needed to channel earlier or just say, okay, you guys are dead, I'm just going to keep pushing mid lane. But they're looking to do something here. Gragas goes in on the Maokai. Maokai gets the knockback. The ult. Maokai goes down. And we're still looking at this fight. Excellence just flashes over the wall. That is ballsy as fuck. Considering, okay, Cho'Gath is here as well. They know that Smoothie can't match. Gets the knockup on Misfortune. Gets the silence. And Nivea's knocked up, and Nivea flashes out. I guess trade for flash on mid laners now, which is great. But Excellence flashed over that wall in that fight.
Yeah, they end up getting to get back into it. Got some kills in the bot lane. Going for this Dragon number 2, but Smoothie is going to have some alone time with his top tower, as well as... That
was, not going to lie though, that fight shouldn't have happened, and Ash is overextended, chunked into the wall, snared, she goes down. Maokai has to flash out. He's going to get hooked, he's going to get, whatever Gragas' Q is called, explosive cast. The ult comes out. Here comes Misfortune. You guys need to turn on that Misfortune. He is separated from his team, but now Poco is the one that's separated from his team. He's getting bounced around. He gets snared by the Zyra. Knocks them both up. Ooh, if he could have gotten off his W or an auto, that would have been a dead Zyra, but instead he goes down to the Anivia. 5-0-1. Casual, what are you doing? Wait, there's no ward there. How does he know he's there?
He's probably just putting it down, thinking he might be there. Yeah, Nevi getting all those kills, just went to 6-0, just ridiculously huge at this point. Gonna be a real problem in team fights from this point on. And barely that Ash ult not hitting, could have potentially picked up one of them.
Field goal.
And still Smoothie having
Is
alone
up top
time,
just pushing.
has 26 CS lead and almost has taken down the first tower now. So has been alone for that whole time as the fights really didn't go that poorly for his team in the 4v5.
So that bot lane fight, if we go back to it, that was just, in my opinion, was a huge misplay on Goat King's part. You got your 2 kills. They overstayed trying to kill the Yone under tower. Finishes the Sunfire. He still does not have his plated steel cap. Meanwhile, Too Good for Lima is getting caught up. Bullet time comes out. It's not necessarily needed, but secure the kill nonetheless. Deity roots him. What is Excellence doing? He gets the kill, but he dies in return. I don't think that was worth, sir, especially when it's an AP Malphite.
Yeah, it's
Lethal Lime is stuck under tower. The Anivia is tanking turrets still. Gragas is looking to go in, gets the belly slam onto Malco, but they're just gonna walk it out. Smoothie gets knocked up. He ults now. Cho'Gath, what are you doing? You are in trouble. Oh my god, the Nom.
Yeah, right there, kind of.
What happened to Smoothie there? He just walked back and forth in place, and the Ash Arrow does not connect. Nope, connects on the Maokai.
Well, I think
finally connected with one.
I think Smoothie was thinking, "Oh no, I'm gonna get ulted." But as soon as Wheel Poker flashed away, he said, "Oh, he must not have ult." But he did have ult, so then he went back in and got ulted. But Wheel Poker didn't need to flash out because he had ult. So it was just a little bit of like confusion from both top laners.
Now, is this gonna be the first turret?
It is.
Oko manages to get the first turret after Olaf had all that time alone.
Cho'Gath picking it up. The gold only 100 apart between the teams. And actually another tower now falling.
Now.
So a lead up for Velocity, despite all the kind of hecticness across the map. Just have a big bird to deal with his stacking Roa.
And call Malco Agent Bond because this man is sitting at 007.
True, true. Generally, if I'm a Nivea, I really like the Leandries, and I feel like it would have been good if Cho'Gath had ever actually built a Mythic, but at this point might just not be building one, so the Roa against everyone else should be good because they won't really be stacking health.
And interesting, he decided to go for the Merc Treads over the plated steel caps.
Yeah, it'll be good overall for the team fights, but just whenever you're in the 1v1, it's going to feel really bad, especially since Olaf rushed that Bork. Kind of rushed the Bork, probably assuming he was going to go Heartsteel. But it's still a good item to let him run down anyone later in the game.
The other question is, Olaf went with the plated steel caps himself. I mean, there isn't a lot of AD on the side. We're about to see Ash get caught again by the Maokai, gets cleanse and flash out, and Malco has to flash out. The Titan of the Depth ult comes out. Excellence misses everything. Dredge line hooks the Maokai. Deity goes down. The Misfortune bullet time into the Zyra ultimate. They get knocked up. The bullet time doesn't really hit that many people. Anivia has to flash out now.
Flash away from the Ash ult, but good to stay alive. As far as the Olaf getting steel caps, I mean, they are against the Yone and an Ash, so it's not a bad pickup.
It's not necessarily a bad pickup, but I feel like...
Oh, a nice wall, avoiding the
maybe Swifties would have been a better pickup.
I mean, he doesn't really have any other tankiness right now.
There's more slows than anything on the other team. I could be wrong, but we're looking to play around a Mountain Drake here. Mountain Soul this time around. That's going to be great for Cho'Gath.
They changed it up on us this time. It'll be great for Cho'Gath if they're able to pick up more dragons. I mean, fighting into us and Nivea at any point right now is going to be really annoying for them.
Yon is about to go
Gotta come
down.
back.
He is in the middle of the team. Shut down on Excellence. Goes over to Olaf. That's scary. Cho'Gath just clearing a little bit of vision. Goat Kings is going to get the first of 4 Mountain Drakes for their team right now. They're going to drag it out a little bit. Where is Gragas?
Coming from base.
Gragas is coming from base. At this point, with your Yon dead and you're coming from base, this is, really good Enchanted Crystal Arrow finally hits somebody. Olaf is going in on the Ashe. Ashe has no flash. Remember, Ashe is going down. No, Ashe survives and takes down Smoothie for right now. Poco's gonna go down. Gragas grabs that kill. It is still, Gragas and Nautilus are still there, but here comes Anivia to track everybody down slow. Knockback, stun in place, and that is going to be Drake going over potentially to the side of Goat Kings. Gold is even, 500 deficit.
Taking dragon number 3 for themselves. And delaying the soul point that Velocity was going for.
Oh god, what is going on here? Excellence goes in, misses the ult, but gets snared in place by Maokai's W. Anivia is very low, so Excellence could potentially get something going here, but probably not going to happen at this point. There comes the Cho'Gath. Drake is going to go over.
Well, now it's down. They should just leave.
They should leave, but Poco's trying to get a control ward. He's trying to get that vision score. Excellence is also trying to get that vision score.
Hey, we might not have gotten the dragon, but we can kill a couple wards. But yeah, still overall very even on the gold, but just with the super fed Anivia, team fights just seem really hard right now for Velocity.
At this point, they need to get a pick off for Velocity before they
can team fight. Anivia just has so much zone control. She's a true control mage.
Yeah, ideally if they could pick the Anivia, they'd get a huge shutdown and they'd be able to team fight so much easier.
We have to also think about this. Anivia has yet to lose her passive, and we're almost 22 minutes into the game. I don't think Anivia has been egged once.
I believe you're right.
Deity is, or not Deity, Jesus. Reaper is down about 50 CS right now,
Yeah,
but he's still up 9-0-3. He's got $1,000. He's got 1,000 gold on his head.
yeah, just that, like, you're down with CS, but you're doing what you need to in team fights. You're like, the farm right now doesn't matter to Anivia.
Okay.
Knock up
Thornmail
Cho'Gath.
finish. Interesting though. You've got a lot of magic damage on.
Will
And he's
Cho'Gath
building a
go
third. He's building a third armor item on Cho'Gath. Why?
He might be looking for a Jack Shows right now. If he's gonna build a
Hopefully.
mythic. If not, I don't really know. Because
I
right now
just-
all the damage you have to worry about is AP, essentially.
That's what I'm saying. Is he's building potentially a third armor item.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it's a Jack Shows, but we will see.
Honestly, on Cho'Gath though, against their team, I really feel like because Cho'Gath has, from what we've seen in these fights, he's been in these fights. He's been able to auto. Why not go for the what is that HP item?
Heartsteel?
Heartsteel.
It's way too late to build a Heartsteel at this point. You won't get the value out of it. And also,
get that.
you're already up against 2 Leandries, so you'll just be setting yourself up to get burned down by them.
True.
Got a Leandries on the Maokai. Actually, the double burn from Maokai, just going for a ton of damage on these saplings. And then the Zyra Leandries, which is pretty standard.
That's just trying to catch up right now. Malco with that 1-1-10 score line.
Yeah, I feel like if just Velocity was able to find a good team fight where they could get on the back line, because no one's really tanky on the side of Goat Kings. They just can't ever get
they've just got health tank.
Yeah, they just can't get a good fight because they can't move around with Zenivia. It's Excellence getting walled back into that Zenivia ultimate, getting stunned.
Excellence is dead here, I think.
Yep.
He flashes out, he gets snared, Deity gets that kill. That is Baron. That is we ping Baron and we go for that Baron. Their biggest member is down. The rest of their team can't do much. Yes, there's a 50-50 here, but you're up a member.
And I also have the Cho'Gath in the bot lane unless he TPs. And really, Cho'Gath ult right now is the only way you're gonna steal this. So.
And Gragas is dead. That is a free as fuck Baron, my friend. 1-1-11 now. Malco's going for that. I know he's in IT, so he probably loves that binary scoreline he has.
1-1-1-1.
It was 1-1-1-0. What are you trying to tell us, Malco?
Now it looks like they're trying to rush down this third dragon on the side of Velocity, but it will not be up in time. Goat Kings will be here. So there will be a fight, and they're kind of split right now. They've got Yone on the bot side, everyone else top side, Gragas and base.
Oh, Malco is gonna get knocked up, and too
Really
good for
just
Lima
running
goes
him
down.
down.
Olaf is just running them down. Double kill for the Olaf. Misfortune bullet time. That Cho'Gath is gonna go down. He is getting shredded like paper. And Nivea gets the kill. Excellence goes down. That is a 3-for-1 right now. They managed to get the Zyra.
4-for-1.
Oh, 4-for-1. I'm sorry. Is about to be the ace for one.
Yep.
Gragas goes down. They get the second Mountain Drake. It does not matter if they don't build any fucking resistances right now, because they have 16% armor and MR. You could go full glass cannon and still be tanky as fuck.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, basically, especially when you're just like able to team fight and the other team isn't. You have all the CC, all the zone control on the side of
feel
Goat
like
Kings. And
That was a waste of... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
even the dive in where you have the Yone where you can ult in the back line, but just doesn't do anything right now.
That was also a waste of an enchanted crystal arrow because you're not going to get anything. The turret's going to go down. Anivia's going to pick up the red buff, actually.
Yeah, it needs a little bit of extra source of slows, you know?
And free damage with them autos.
It's not enough to have it on every ability, you need it on the autos too.
Anivia's sitting on a 700 gold bounty. Maokai's sitting on a 300 gold bounty. Olaf is sitting on a 300 gold bounty. It is just... That's a 600 gold shutdown, 2 600 gold shutdowns, and 1,000 gold shutdown right there. If they can get those kills, but hold that thought. Maokai just testing the water with that ult, but my god, look at the damage. Half health's too good for Lima and Excellence.
Yeah,
Excellence is almost dead here, and Nivea's going in.
just with an ult and a knee for Maokai doing that much damage, it's just they can't walk up to the enemy team. They have no way to get in without getting CC'd and burnt down.
10-0-6. You have I think that's 16 stacks on that Medjai's. I can't really tell.
Yes, 16 currently.
So
Has a fully stacked Roa as well as the Archangels.
you know, it's gonna
very-
take you forever, and you have to kill that Anivia
A
twice.
very stacked Anivia. Right here, actually, Anivia top lane could be a spot where you try to just jump on the rest of the team because a lot of gold is on that Anivia.
You know what would have been great right now if Cho'Gath had Turbo Chem Tank.
Potentially. Looks like he's still trying to go for that Jack shows. Has the shield and the cooldown crystal.
The reason I say Chem Tank is they changed it this season to where Chem Tank is now a magic resist item, but still has the the engage that Cho'Gath needs. Not a lot of people build Chem Tank.
I feel like they have enough engage, and that like they should be able to Ash ult, they should be able to Nautilus hook and ult. They're just not really able to find it. So I feel like they have plenty of engage on their side. They just aren't finding it, or just letting themselves be poked down.
And overall, it's a 6K or it's like a 5.3K gold deficit, which is significant, but not at the same time when most of it is on 3 people.
Right. Although one of the people with the most gold is the person you'd want to have the most gold in the Anivia. Very self-sufficient in the walls and the stuns.
Anivia is back top lane. They need to look for something here.
Yeah, still got TP, but a chance to either at least burn it or kill someone before the TP can come through. Try to force on this Olaf, get his ult out, or get a kill. Or even if Anivia's alone in the top lane, send 2 or 3 people top just to try to get that shutdown, because getting that shutdown would be huge for Velocity. As this third dragon for both teams is coming up so far.
On a ward right now, gentlemen.
Mountain Souls to the side of
casual.
the Kings, just making them that much tankier.
Like we said, it's 16% armor and MR.
Yep. They do force out the ultimate from the Maokai, and they do catch him with the Ashe ult, and walks back in to avoid the Cho'Gath knockup, but now the rest of the team
Everything
is showing
is
up.
missed. Zanya's going in. Excellence is about to go in. Gets shut down, or gets killed. Malco is now 2-1 and 15. There comes the dredge line on, or not the dredge line, but the knockup into the dredge line. Maokai is looking for this. They are hungry. Olaf is running down. Gets the Ashe. Casual plebs, you are not going anywhere, sir. You've got a Maokai. It does not matter if you flash, or not a Maokai. You've got an Olaf on you. He's going to let Smoothie get that kill. Oh, fancy feet, wombo combo. He's out. No, he is done. Now they're on the dragon. Clean ace.
Definitely a good idea there, trying to pick off Deity. As he's built so much AP, he's a little bit squishier. Just, he's able to avoid a little more of the CC. By the time the team shows up, it ends up being a numbers advantage for the Goat Kings for the actual fight, and they run it down.
Sir, I don't know what you mean by squishy. He's got 2 mountain dragons before that. He ain't squishy.
That's true. Mountain Dragons make up for not building any actual armor. He went for the health build knowing that it would be a Mountain Dragon game. He just knew.
Deity can build full glass cannon AP and still be hard to kill right now.
Right, and now they're at 24% increased armor and MR.
You hover over Maokai real quick. I want to see, like, when you get a chance to. I want to see, like, what his health and then armor and MR stats are looking like.
He's at almost 200 armor and 76 MR, and he's got almost 3k health.
And the armor, the only reason he has 200 armor is he has a Zanya's, right? So, still, he has 76 MR for just having 3 dragons.
Yep,
that's
not
it.
Bad. Mountain Dragon, not bad.
Going in, getting the catch on Poco. Poco right now is just, he's just not able to do anything. Malco autos him from a distance. They're going to give that kill over to Malco. Malco going 3-1 and 17. 2-4 and 17 on the Zyra. They look at that synergistic, and then you've got 17 assists also on the Maokai. Like, they have been part of, like, Deity's been part of 22 of their 29 kills. They're going in on the turret. Deity is on a rampage. Casual Plebs comes in, kills Zyra,
the beard.
and goes golden. But here comes the ult from Malco. Turret gets taken down. They are pushing as a team. It is 3-0 or 3-1 right now. Excuse me.
They are barreling down the
ulting for
Nexus.
fun there. Just said, I know we've got the Gragas caught, but what if I screamed really loud before we killed him?
Bromacia!
Taking down the tower, now on top of Wheel Poco.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes out with the... Poco is just getting shredded. Almost... Lima is trying to fight here. Too Good for Lima is dead. Lethal Lime is also dead. 700 gold shutdown goes because Malco goes down. Right now, they're just barreling down the Nexus. This is probably the game. Excellence looking to go in. Gets the knock-up on 3 people. Olaf has that clutch Sterix gauge. He is slowing down Casual. Casual goes down. They take the turret because of the minions. They are looking for the end here. Excellence. Excellence. Is there anything you can do? Olaf has his ult. He is gonna be able to kill you. He kills Excellence, or kills Olaf. He goes down. GG 2-1 for the Goat Kings.
And GG Goat Kings. Smoothie probably could have lived there, but he used his reckless swing on a minion. Just wanted to give a kill over the Excellence real quick, but well played to them, picking up that W. We'll jump it to a post game for game number 3.
And Nivea going unfreaking killable at
13-0-12. 7-5-20 on deities. AP Maokai in the jungle. That did not matter because they had 3 Mountain Drakes. Smoothie also kind of built Glass Cannon-ish. 9-5-8, 2-5-18, 5-2-19. Just a lot of assists. Like you can see overall that score of 36, 17, and 77. 77 assists overall. Like Goat Kings just had these team fights on lock.
True. Smoothie said he just wanted to make Excellence feel better. Just very nice of him, you know.
Oh, and there's Malco.
There's Malco.
Just wanted to drop in and say hi because it was fun to actually get to watch those games really quickly. And I don't know if anyone else on my team is currently available to represent the team for those games.
Hey, buddy! I'm trying to be out here doing the MVP poll. You can't just be jumping in here.
I'm listen. Hey, listen. I'm only just saying it as a spectator. It was great to watch those games. And you guys did a great job on the cast. It was awesome.
It's all good. You want to hang out while we figure out who the MVP is?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I honestly already kind of have the.
Give us
I
your
have an idea
buttery
who
smooth
should be.
voice. All right, tossing up the MVP poll. Toss it to who you think the MVP was across all 3 games. Sorry, you're not allowed to vote for the losing team. It's just how it is. But let's see who we think carried those ones. How were those games for you, Malco? How was it being in the game?
Honestly, it was a fun time. The Ezreal game at first seemed kind of interesting because I know I basically am an MF1 trick. But
What was that build, Malik?
I was in a lapse of thinking, and it just kind of got to the point where it was just like, you know what, I'm gonna keep playing. I already know what I'm doing. I already know like where I'm at. So like just keep going with that path. There's no reason to just deviate from it and just try to work it out. And as you saw, it did kind of work out in some senses. Like we were still able to keep the game within the clutch, but then unfortunately that final play just kind of got everybody just downhill. And so the first game, yeah, you cut our heads off, but as Hydra says, cut off one head and 2 more shall take its place, and that's why we ended up taking those last 2 games.
We got 1 vote across the board for Goat Kings. Is anyone gonna get another vote to break away from the pack? You got about 30 seconds to get your votes in. Make your voice be heard in the chat.
And if you're not gonna make your voice be heard for the MVP vote, at least secure your love with using that sweet Prime sub here at Valhalla Esports and get that Valhalla Esports stamp of love for 30 days.
At least. That's very true. Also, let me toss up all these things Beard made.
Definitely got to give props to Beard. I love his Zyra. I love his Zyra.
Yeah, they didn't really want to ban away any of the things you guys wanted to play in those games. I mean, it's a tie between everyone, so anyone who's in Goat Kings, just hop on and have fun.
Get Smoothie in here.
Where's
Get your ass
Smoothie
in here.
at? That's what I want to hear what Smoothie had to say because he's the one who's usually the joke cracker, you know.
Drag him in. He's in the general. Drag him in.
Alright, hang on. Trying to post all these things, Beard made. Alright, move to casting. Hello, Smoothie.
Oh.
Looks like we've got Beard and Deity both in-house.
Yeah, they're doing actual productive things. So
Reaper's around, but he's muted.
and he's probably playing Baldur's Gate. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, we won't disturb his Baldur's Gate playthrough, but you guys can hold down the fort. Well,
Yeah,
how
we
are the
got
games
this.
for you, Smoothie? How was top lane?
Well, so first game wasn't expecting them to be 5-manning topside, so Burning Flash was fun. Second game, I was like, okay, well, seems like they like to put pressure on top early, so I'm gonna respect them a bit and play back, and then end up dying. And then game 3, I was just like, Deity, please just gank him,
Please help
gank
me.
him early, gank him early.
Dude just sitting there like, top doesn't matter, what do you mean?
And then, so he gets the gank off, and then he walks away. He's just like, "Look out for Gragas." Doesn't say any like lane in particular. Just like, "Look out for Gragas." Like, who are you talking to? Like, are you talking about me? And then as I say that, I get ganked by Gragas and I die. I'm like, okay, well,
Of course he meant you.
I don't know. The game was fun.
You pulled it back, you were able to play your Olaf for games 2 and 3 and pull out those victories.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I'm that good at Olaf anymore. I haven't played it like all season, so. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I just decided that after game 2, we were like, oh, we'll just run it again.
Oh, you might want to switch that around, Hailstrom.
No, we lost.
No, you guys
We
lost
lost?
now. You guys
We
are out.
lost. We're out of playoffs. God,
Dang it! We were
all that
preparing-
work. I didn't
we
know
were
that.
preparing all week.
Are we
Alright.
sure we put the right game on the cast?
There you
Okay.
go, there you go. I just wanted to
Saved.
make you sweat.
Saved.
Alright, but with that said and done, we now have all the games casted, so I can reveal the semis bracket. So we've got Goat Kings up against Titan's Wrath, and Rolling Stoners up against Titan Gaming Mox. How you guys feeling going into this week against Titan's Wrath?
I'm just gonna say this: if we win, if Go Kings win, we want Rolling Stoners. But if we lose, we want it to be Titans Wrath versus Titan Gaming Mox.
I was about to say
You want
Clash
the
of the
Battle
Titans.
of the Titans?
The Wrath of the
It's-
Titans now.
It's gonna be either HYG versus HYG, or it's gonna be Bented versus KB. So
There you go, there you go.
Either one of
think
those
that
will
is-
end up being bangers.
that is all gonna be hype.
I mean,
So you guys
Here-
know
here-
to,
here's-
you guys
here's
know
what
to
I'm gonna
keep
say,
banning
right?
Poppy for next week since we're against KB.
Yeah.
if it is Clash of the Titans, we already watched how we dismantled the other Titan team, who the real Titans are.
To be fair, you were facing them without Fumzu, so
Uh-oh.
they'll
ain't
have
worried
at
about
least
him.
they'll have at least a slight upgrade.
Just a little bit.
That's okay. I've upgraded. I am now tank player.
Ah, true.
I hate it, but it is what it is.
Join the club.
I was
Cool.
about to say, how'd you feel about being put on a tank game 1?
I mean, I was fine with it. Like, I mean, I want to play what the team needs, and so after game 1, like we basically throughout the draft, we're like, okay, well, yeah, we're picking these. I'm like, no, we're kind of missing some frontline, and we were like, well,
You guys had
who is Poco gonna possibly pick top lane? He's not gonna pick the Gwen. After he picks the Gwen, it's like,
couldn't
well,
be.
Well, shit.
You guys
top
had
lane's done.
you guys
So-
had fake frontline game 3 and it worked out. So
Yeah, I was gonna say the fact that we were getting all those dragons was nuts.
Mountain Drake is such a stupid soul, especially if you can stack 4 of them. That's 32% armor and MR for free. Literally everybody on the team can build glass cannon and still be tanky.
Plus,
Yeah, I
you
was
get a
gonna
shield
say
on top of that.
Deity loves the nuking Maokai sapling, so that's why he goes full AP.
It look like it.
Yeah, he loves it.
Doing a
He
little bit of
giggles every
damage.
single time he sees one explodes.
Alright,
Yeah.
well, how you feeling now you know you're going to be up against the Goat Kings? You guys ready to take them down as far as Titan's Wrath is concerned? Pharaoh?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to the top lane matchup, especially because knowing my team, I'm going to be on an island.
Allegedly.
All right, we'll handshake. It'll be double. It'll just be the island top lane.
That's probably what's gonna end up
What
happening.
was it? There was an old meme in League that somebody had made where it was like Nasus and I forget who else just farming, like they had an actual farm in the top lane where both top laners are just sitting there and farming, and then the rest of the teams are just going to war. The rest of the team is just going to war with each other.
Well, there was a scrim that we had earlier this season on when I was in Los Tomates, where Bonkers was playing top lane and I was playing top, and he picked Sion, I picked Dr. Mundo. We both built Heartsteel. For the first 25 minutes of the game, we just didn't kill each other. We just stacked our Heartsteels. And then we went to team fights and we were just one-shotting everybody else. It was fucking hilarious. Such a good time.
Nice. Well, best of luck to all the teams going into semis. Thank you guys for joining us for the quick interview after the games.
Thank you.
Unless we have any more closing thoughts, we'll end out the stream and we'll catch you, I believe, on Sunday. I don't think any teams are playing tomorrow for the semifinals. And watch out tomorrow for the Seer. I'll be looking to get the podcast in tomorrow before we play these semis.
Falco, punch them out of here.
Ooh. And with that much said, don't forget, use your Prime sub here with Valhalla Esports. We are signing out.
Bye, everybody.
Another hood hangs lonely, child here slowly taken. In the violence, cozy silence, who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your hand, they are fighting with their tanks, in their bombs, in their bombs, in their drones. In your hand, they are crying. What's in your hand? In your hand, zombie, 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 baby. What's in your hand? In your hand, zombie, 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 baby. Oh, another of this breaking heart is taking over. When the violence causes silence, we must be mistaken.